talked about releasing your hip flexors, doing some soft tissue work on your hip flexors before we start activating your glutes. So if you haven't done that, make sure you go ahead and do that first before you do these glute exercises. So for this series of glute activation exercises, you are going to need something like a mini band. Now, you don't need an incredibly thick one because what we're trying to do is activate the glutes. And if this band is too thick and you cannot get a good contraction from the glutes, the other muscles surrounding your hips are going to kick in and take over for your lack of glute strength. And that is not what we want happening. We want to be activating those glutes and waking them up more. So just be careful about the thickness of the mini band that you are using. The next thing is you're going to do about 1 to 2 sets of each exercise. You don't need to do a ton of sets. This is just a corrective series or something that you can use in your warm-up. So we're not going for a ton of sets. Repetition-wise, I want you to focus on anything from 12 to 20 repetitions per exercise, and if you're working one leg at a time, then 12 to 20 repetitions per leg. And the last thing is, when you're going through these exercises, I want you to focus on quality, okay? And take your time with the repetitions. So think about doing a 2-second or a 2 to 3 count concentric, so working phase, pausing in between for a few seconds, and then releasing maybe for a 2 to 3 count. So you're not rushing through these exercises and trying to get it done as quickly as possible. All right, so we're gonna get started. And the first one that we are doing is a clamshell. So for your clamshell, you're going to take your band, place it around your knees, okay? And if it starts to curl up like this, go ahead and just unravel it so you have the whole thing stretched out. You're going to get onto your side, and you can rest your head on your arms, or if you need to better keep your head in line with your spine, you can rest your head on a small pillow. Then from there, feet are stacked together, knees are out in front, okay? And I want my feet, hips, shoulders, and head in line with one another, all right? Now from here, you're going to do a nice exhale. Think about pulling this top knee up towards the ceiling, but you're not pulling so hard that we're opening the hips up towards the ceiling. So you are keeping your hips squared to the front and focusing on pulling on the outside of the hip. So I exhale, 2-second count, hold at the top, and then 2-second to 3 count lower. Okay, so remember, quality, good reps, taking your time through each repetition. So exhale, work through that clamshell, and come back down. All right, so next exercise we're doing is a straight leg raise or straight leg abduction. So you're going to keep the band on your knees, okay? You're gonna go on this side, give this hip a rest. So you're going to lay down on your side, okay? Keeping your bottom knee out in front so that you have tension on that band. You're gonna have to push back with this top leg to extend that hip and work that glute. So from here, you're going to exhale, slowly raise that leg up, and we're not going to go so high that the leg is like this. We're just going to raise just enough off the floor so we feel a good contraction here in the outside of our hip. You're squeezing your glute back here, you're pressing through your floor, you're squeezing your quad. That whole leg is active and working. So 2 to 3 count up, 2 to 3 count hold, 2 to 3 count lower, 12 to 20 repetitions. So that is your straight leg. All right, this is the third exercise in our glute activation series. So now you're going to keep that band around your knees, all right? You're going to roll over onto your stomach, okay? Feet are slightly spread apart so that you're maintaining tension on the band. You can go ahead and rest your forehead on your forearm, okay? And one leg at a time, you're lifting, you're going to focus on squeezing the quad, squeezing the glute, so using that glute, pressing through the heel and slightly pressing your leg out to the side and up when you lift, okay? So exhaling, 1, 2, 3, hold, 3, 2, 1, lower, one more time, okay? Exhale, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, lower, okay? So this is your glute max activation, 12 to 20 reps per leg, taking your time, quality reps, 2 to 3 count, hold, or 2 to 3 counts on the way up, hold for 2 to 3 counts, 2 to 3 counts, lowering the leg, okay? One more exercise to go in our glute activation series. All right, everyone, so this is our last exercise in our glute activation series. Again, you're going to use your band, and it's going to stay around your knees, all right? Feet are slightly apart to keep tension on that band. If you're healing a diastasis, if you're healing your core after pregnancy, or you're pregnant, or you're healing from a hysterectomy, any sort of abdominal surgery, then I want you to roll to your side so we're not stressing that abdominal wall, okay? Feet are a little wider than shoulder width apart, pressing those knees out to keep tension on the band. You're going to squeeze your glutes, drive through your heels to lift your hips up, but what we're not going to do is extend so much that we are arching through our lower back. This is not what we want. When you bridge up, you want to have your ankles in line with your knees. You want to have your knees in line with your hips, in line with your shoulders. So just enough to get a good glute squeeze here, and then coming back down, okay? So, let's talk about it. 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, lower, 3, 2, 1, okay? One more time. Exhale, 3, 2, 1, hold, get a good glute squeeze, and then lower, inhaling on the way down, 3, 2, 1, okay? 12 to 20 repetitions of your glute bridges. Remember, using your glutes, not using your lower back to overarch. So knees, hips, and shoulders in line with one another at the top of your bridge, pressing out on that band. So there you have it, guys, or I should say ladies. Sorry about that. So there you have it. This is your glute series activation exercises. If you have any questions, go ahead and shoot me a message, leave a comment, and I will get back to you. See you soon. Bye.